Minecraft is one of those rare IPs where you can slap name to almost anything and somehow just works. Dungeon Crawler? Sure. Telltale style narrative game? Why not? At this point, if they announce Minecraft cooking mod, I just nod and say, yeah, that tracks. So Emojing revealed Minecraft Legends, a real-time strategy game built around exploration-based events and large-scale battles. It felt weird, but in that Minecraft way that makes you say, alright, let's see where this goes. It's an ambitious idea, reimagining RTS fundamentals for a more accessible third-person lens, while still holding on the spirit of Minecraft's creativity and chaos. I didn't go in expecting perfection. Honestly, I just wanted a chill strategy game I could vibe with for a couple days. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got. But the deeper I went, the more I realized this wasn't just a throwaway spin-off. There's real potential buried in here. Which is exactly why it's so frustrating. Because for everything it gets right, Minecraft Legends stumbles just as often, leaving you with a game that feels more like a blueprint than a fully realized vision. It's not a game I fell in love with. But it's not one I walked away from angry or disappointed. I enjoyed my time with it, for what it was. A light, pretty difficult, occasionally chunky, but genuinely interesting experiment. But while it never fully realizes its potential, there's enough heart here that I certainly don't regret the ride. Minecraft Legends is a third-person real-time action strategy game at its core, though it leans more into action than strategy. You play as a nameless hero, summoned from another world to push back a piglin invasion, threatening the overworld. Your arrival is guided by three characters: action, knowledge, and foresight, who loosely represent the forces shaping this version of Minecraft's world. Unlike traditional Minecraft, there's no mining or crafting here. Instead, you summon and command an army of golems and mobs, including former enemies like skeletons and creepers, that will lead you into battle to destroy piglin bases, defend villages, and build up your defenses along the way. The gameplay loop is focused on fast movement, light strategy, and large-scale skirmishes, all wrapped in Minecraft's familiar aesthetic. There's not much of a story here. Most of it is delivered through cutscenes that show the piglins reacting to your progress and introducing new enemy types as the world evolves. But the world itself responds to your actions in a way that feels dynamic. And that's something I really appreciate. It's a solid setup. Simple, but effective for a Minecraft spin-off, and on paper, Minecraft Legends sounds like a great twist on a well-known formula. But this is where things start to get messy. While the concept is strong, the execution stumbles. Funky unit AI, shallow mechanics, and awkward pacing keep it from fully delivering on its full potential. There's something undeniably fun here. Even with its flaws, Minecraft Legends offers a fresh, hybrid take on the RTS genre. One that's accessible, chaotic, and occasionally clever. You can see the ambition behind it, and while it doesn't always hit the mark, it's the kind of experiment you can't help but be surprised. Don't come into Minecraft Legends expecting deep tactical control of your armies. Most of the time, your command boils down to two basic commands: follow me, or charge ahead. There is some room for micromanagement. You can select individual unit types and give them separate orders to help with positioning or targeting specific structures. But in practice, I rarely used it. Most of the time I just charged him with everyone else at once. Half the time I forget which tab of units I had selected and end up losing them before I even realized. That's probably on me. but it also shows how easily the system fades into the background during the chaos. Early on, you're limited to controlling 20 units at a time, which keeps things manageable. As you upgrade the Well of Fate, your central hub for progression, kind of like your level up system, where you'll unlock new structures and upgrades that expand your options. These include being able to gather different types of resources, sharing more resources, and being able to summon more units at a time. Eventually, you'll be juggling a variety of mobs, stone and plank golems, skeleton archers, creepers, zombies, each with their own role in battle. And that's where the AI really starts to crack. You'll watch your army march straight off bridges, bulldoze into seemingly impassable obstacles, or stand frozen in place after destroying an objective, only to be mowed down moments later. I'm sure it's better than Legends vanilla pathfinding, but it feels like you're the general of an army that sometimes forgets in a war. Traversal is a big part of the game too. You're not just walking from base to base. Mounts play a key role in how you explore and engage with the world. You start with a standard horse, but you could find other unique mounts like the Regal Tiger, Big Beak, or the Brilliant Beetle. Each one has its own movement perks, like faster climbing or gliding, and swapping out can generally change how you approach certain areas or objectives. It's a small feature, but one that adds a bit of flavor that helps make exploration feel a little more dynamic. It sounds like it could get complex, but it never really does. Most encounters end up being a numbers game. If your first push fails, you fall back, rebuild, and throw more bodies at the problem. That loop, attack, regroup, repeat, is the core of Minecraft Legends. You gather resources using allays, which are your little floating helpers that collect materials like wood, stone, and iron when you mark spots on the world. It's a smart system that keeps things moving. You're not just stuck chopping trees or mining, you're managing from a distance and staying focused on the larger objective. The building mechanics follow the same logic. You can quickly drop walls, gates, towers, and spawners almost anywhere. It's fast, responsive, and feels good in the heat of battle. Especially when you're scrambling to fortify a position or set up a forward base. With France being essential for battle, helping you traverse the world and move up and pick on bases. Base building isn't about creativity or design. You can make elaborate setups if you want, but the system is clearly geared towards function over form. You're usually placing defenses in the middle of combat just before an attack hits. That said, there's a decent amount of unity in what you can build. Battle drones boost the fire rate of your towers, ice traps slow enemy mobs, and cauldrons provide buffs to your units. It's all very plug and play, but it works, at least for a while. Over time, your bases tend to feel samey since you're often using the same handful of structures in roughly the same way each time. There are also a few special towers you can build later in the game, like the Stun, Frost, and Blast Tower, each with their own effects to help control the battlefield. They don't drastically change how you play, and if destroyed, you will lose them permanently. As you progress, you'll also unlock powerful ancient allies called the First. These are massive golem-like units that act as hero reinforcements. Each First has a distinct ability, like launching explosives, healing nearby mobs, and they can turn the tide of battle if used well. You'll need to track them down in the overworld and build special structures at the Well of Fate to summon them, which has a nice side objective during the main game. They're underused, but they're one of the few elements that give battles a sense of scale and reward exploration at the same time. Every night, piglins start to plan a counterattack. You can either stay and defend or continue pushing larger objectives and hope your defenses hold. From what I could tell, these attacks happen in real time. But if you're too far away or unprepared, a village can fall while you're off attacking somewhere else. If you manage to defend successfully, the reward is passive resource generation from that region. That income can be stolen if the village is taken over. So holding ground really matters, saving you from relentless grinding. You also unlock access to special range units like witches, which can only be recruited from villages, giving you even more of a reason to hold the line. However, I felt the game took a noticeable nosedive in its progression during the second half. I started struggling to stay engaged, especially during the base assaults. At that point, every piglin base began to feel the same layout, same objectives, and not enough enemy variety to keep things interesting. The repetition set in hard. Later in the game, you unlock the redstone launcher, which lets you destroy structures from a distance. At first, it feels like a powerful new tool, but it quickly changes the way you approach combat, and not always for the better. Instead of coordinating attacks with units and managing the front line, I found myself building a wall of arrow towers right outside the enemy base and slowly chipping away at the launcher while sipping a cup of coffee. And it worked! But it wasn't fun! That shift away from meaningful strategy and into repetition, low effort wins, really hurts my overall enjoyment. Though I'm glad to say, the game does pick back up during its final act against the Piglin leaders. Having unique mechanics, stronger defenses, and more aggressive behavior, which forced me to really rethink my usual brute force approach. For the first time in a while, I had to actually plan out my attacks again, instead of relying on spamming towers and redstone launchers. That momentum was exactly what the game needed to leave a much stronger impression than I expected. The entire game can be played in co-op. With support up to 4 players, I played through solo, so I can't speak to how much it changes the gameplay, but the system seems to be built for team coordination, especially when juggling defenses and offense across the map. Minecraft Legends has a very nice stylized art direction that fits well with Minecraft's universe. It sticks to the franchise signature blocky look that adds just enough detail and polish, giving it a more modern edge without losing that familiar charm. The world itself feels surprisingly big, and at the same time compact. Traversing the map never gets dull thanks to constant environmental changes and obstacles that push you to keep moving and take different paths. Whether you're building ramps across caverns, climbing up jagged peaks, or weaving through the jungle, it keeps movement interesting. Each biome is visually distinct and tied to different resources. The variety helps exploration feel fresh, and you always know what kind of materials to expect based on the environment. It's not a massive world, but it feels dynamic and readable, which means a lot in a game where you're constantly in the move. On the audio side, the game has a great soundtrack. It's calm and atmospheric when you're exploring, but ramps up during battles with a heavier tone, and becoming more intense. The music adapts to what you're doing, and that kind of reactive soundtrack isn't something you see in games like this. It's one of the areas where Minecraft Legends genuinely stands out. Minecraft Legends also has a versus mode, and honestly, it might be one of the most fun parts of the game. It's a V8, a 4v4 for last-gen consoles, and your goal is to take down the other team's base while protecting your own. You start with nothing, so you have to gather resources, build up defenses, and destroy piglin outposts to earn Prismarine, which unlocks upgrades through a shared tech tree. It's faster paced in the main campaign and way more intense. Instead of slowly chipping away at enemy bases like in the story, multiplayer feels like a real-time race. Build quick, push hard, and hope your team's on the same page. I played a few matches on PlayStation 5 using crossplay, and no two games are the same. In one round, a player on the enemy team surrounded our entire base in arrow towers, and it totally shuts down the entire match. Another time I rushed their core tower of stone golems so fast they barely had time to react, ending the match way quicker than I expected. That kind of unpredictability makes the mode exciting. You can get creative, try different strategies, and the stakes always feel high. But there are a few downsides. First, there's no tutorial. You're just thrown into a match and expected to figure it out. If you played for the campaign, you'll probably be fine, but your first game might be confusing. Second, there's no voice chat or real ways to communicate with your teammates. Everyone kinda does their own thing, which isn't great when you're trying to play something that's meant to be strategic. Matchmaking can also be hit or miss. Most of the time I found 2v2 matches, and players often joined or left mid-game. Finding a full match could take anywhere from a couple minutes to 10 or more. It still works, but if you want the best experience, playing with a group of friends makes a huge difference. Matches can last anywhere up to an hour, but most of mine were around 30 to 40 minutes. And even with the flaws, Versus mode adds some solid replay value that really helps round out the whole Minecraft Legends package. Though, I would have liked to see more improvements as the game went on. I also want to quickly touch on the game's Legends mode. I'll be honest, I didn't get around to playing all of them, mostly because my interest in the game was already running out by that point, but from what I did experience, they're definitely one of the most creative parts of the package. Think of high-pixel minigames, but reimagined with the Minecraft Legends formula, short replayable experiences with their own little twists on the core gameplay. Honestly offering a nice break and unlockable skins for the main campaign. They're not game changers, but if you're still enjoying the main game, they're absolutely worth checking out. There are 11 different legends available for free, and if you want even more, the game also features a Minecraft store, offering skins for your mounts and hero, as well as something called myths. These are essentially premium legends, community-created experiences that cost Minecoins to unlock. They play like mini DLCs, often featuring unique mechanics and gameplay ideas, similar to what you'd find on Bedrock's Editions marketplace. I'm still really glad I finished Minecraft Legends. It's definitely a game you can have fun with, especially if you're into more laid-back strategy experiences. It's nowhere near perfect. The pacing is a bit uneven, the AI could be a bit of a headache, and the mechanics stay pretty basic. But it's still worth checking out. If you're curious about real-time strategy games but feel intimidated by the complexity, this could be a great entry point. Minecraft Legends isn't deep, but it's very approachable, a bit charming, and occasionally surprising. It's not the next big thing for the genre or for any hardcore RTS fans, but it's simple, without feeling totally brainless. With that odd mix of action, strategy, and classic Minecraft flavor, and for some people, that might be exactly enough. So here, at Critical Reset, I'm giving Minecraft Legends a 3 out of 5. Those are just my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours down in the comments. What do you think of Minecraft Legends? I'm Red. This is Critical Reset, where every game gets a second look.